All right, so we are taking a very short break from trig functions because we need to go back and talk about everybody's favorite thing, functions. Right, so remember last year we talked about functions. So like f of x equals x squared plus 2, right? And we would plug in values for x, right? So 2 squared plus 2, which would make it 4 plus 2. So the function value at 2 is 6. Right, but it's no fun when we just use one variable, right? So we can have functions of multivariables. So like those look like function of x comma y is equal to x squared plus y squared minus xy. So sometimes we need to plug those numbers in and find function values. So for example, let's say we want to find the function value when x is 2 and y is 3. So all that means is we're plugging 2 in for x and 3 in for y. So 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 2 times 3 is 6. Right, so 4 plus 9 minus 6 would give us 7. All right, let's do it again. With the same function, but this time let's plug in 0 and negative 1. So 0 squared plus negative 1 squared minus 0 times negative 1. So 0 squared is 0, negative 1 squared is 1. 0 times negative 1 is 0, so our answer would be 1. Right, so you're just plugging in those values into your function and finding the answers. Right, so that first part is straightforward enough, but we all know it's never that easy, right? So now we're going to plug in some expressions into our function. So let's say we wanted to find f of z minus 2, w minus 3. So this just means that we're plugging z minus 2 in for x and w minus 3 in for y. So we have z minus 2 squared plus w minus 3 squared minus z minus 2 times w minus 3. So remember, when we have a binomial squared, we're not just squaring both pieces. We have to FOIL. So we're technically doing z minus 2 times z minus 2 here, and w minus 3 times w minus 3 here. And then again, we'll FOIL there. So foiling that first one, we get z squared minus 2z minus another 2z plus 4. Alright, so that's going to reduce down to z squared minus 4z plus 4. Alright, then we're going to do w squared. Alright, so actually, let me FOIL that in a different color here. So w squared minus 3w minus another 3w plus 9. So that becomes w squared minus 6w plus 9. Alright, and then let's FOIL our last one. So z times w is, is dw, then minus 3z minus 2w plus 6. And now we get to combine like terms. So we only have one z squared, then minus 4z and minus 3z becomes a minus 7z. And then we have w squared, then negative 6 and negative 2 become negative 8w. And then I'm going to mark up the stuff I'm done with. Right, and then I'm going to bring in my zw, And then I have 4 and 9 and 6. So that is a 19 at the end. I realized we messed up. So this is a minus here. So that means that we are technically subtracting all of these things, which has messed up my variable. So let me try this again. So we get z squared and w squared. Those are fine. And then we have our wz or zw, whatever. And then we have a 1z and a negative 4w and then a plus 7 because we're going to add 9 and 4 and then subtract 6. So for these, you just have to FOIL and really watch your signs. All right, and then the other thing we're going to talk about is interval notation. So for interval notation, so sometimes we have things that are like inequalities. So if you have the or equal to signs, right? So this would be considered a closed interval. So if you have these symbols here, right, those become brackets and then 0, 1. So that means x is between 0 and 1, but it can also be 0 or 1, right? It includes those values. Right, when you have just a like less than or greater than sign, or even one of them. So that means that is a parenthesis. It's an open value. So it can start at 0 but doesn't include 0. It goes to 12, but 12 is closed in, right? Because it can include 12. Right, and again, you can have a double open interval. And it doesn't always have to start at 0. I can make it 3, right? So that just means 0, 3 with 2 parentheses because those are not or equal to signs. All right, and then sometimes you'll have some with infinities. So like negative infinity less than x is less than 5. So anytime there's an infinity, even if it's like an or equal to, well, it can't be an or equal to, but infinities always have parentheses. So negative infinity to 5 would be your answer here. All right, so anytime you have the or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, right? Well, these are all less than signs. Anytime you have that or equal to, you have brackets. If you have just a less than sign, then it's a parenthesis. Okay, so then that should answer all of the questions that you guys would need for your assignment. Go ahead and start that today. It's not for homework if you don't finish it because you will also have class time tomorrow to work on it. All right, email me with questions.